Yes, Dan, what's going on, mate?
What's happening? What's happening, people? Live again. Another live stream
Live,
coming to you. What are you saying,
live and
Dan?
direct. Bruv, you know what? I've got to say again, that tune, yeah, that beat, bro, Stash Jones, shout him out, bro, because that is a fucking beat, bro. I'm just nodding my head to that, the intro.
Banger,
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 bro.
banger,
Big,
banger. Big up
proper,
Stash
that's
each
a
and every
hard, that's a
time, man.
hard beat.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah,
But
man,
yeah,
we've got to
big
start
news
off with
breaking. Yeah,
the
big news
Saliba
breaking,
news, of
Dan.
course.
Yeah, there's a lot. There
Yeah,
was a
bro, this
lot of
morning,
question marks over if Saliba would sign a new contract. A lot of Real Madrid talk, but he's proven his loyalty and he's put his
listen,
pen down on the dotted line, Dan.
every single person, like every person was like, he's guaranteed he's gonna go. It's only a matter of time before he goes. He's going Madrid, rare, rare, rare. That's all I kept hearing. I'm like, the guy is an Arsenal fan for one, and he clearly likes being at the club. He's clearly got a great relationship with Mikel Arteta, which I think is important. And I think today it shows that all these players they are behind Mikel Arteta 100%, and they're all united together. Because if he's half thinking, oh, I don't know about this, there's no way he signs that deal. An extra 3 years on top of the 2 years he's already got. We're keeping at the club till
How have we
2030. I
made
think
this
you've got
about
to.
Mikel Arteta? How have we made it about Mikel Arteta, man?
No, well, listen. I'm not
There
being
was no
funny.
need
If he
for this,
was
man. This is
leaving, that
about Saliba.
Dan, Dan, if he was leaving, you would be saying, listen, it's because of Arteta, mate. He knows
I wouldn't
Arteta
be
can't
saying that.
win.
I'll be saying
Yes, you
it's down to
would.
his personal preferences, regardless of anything, Dan. Let's not make it about Arteta. It's about William Saliba signing a deal.
Yeah,
And what
it's
I think that
amazing. It's
means as
amazing
well,
news.
even I
Fantastic
mean
news.
it doesn't matter. I don't know what's in the contract, if there's any release clause or anything like that. I would hope not. But it proves that it doesn't prove that he's not going to leave at all. Do you understand? It just adds more protection for us that if he does choose to move on, then we're going to be getting some good money for him with a new 5 year contract in. It doesn't mean he's going to stay for the full 5 years. Let's hope that he does. But yeah, it's good news, man. Big up William Saliba, man.
Yeah, I think it's great news because obviously him and Saka would probably be our most two sought after players. If if any club in the world, if you said to Real Madrid, what players do you want from Arsenal? They'd say if they said two, they'd say Saliba and Saka, right? Most clubs would. So I think it's a real good sign. I think it will. Look, he signs. Saka turns around, looks at that, and thinks, you know what? We're keeping our best players. It's not like before when Fabregas left and then Nazari left and then Van Persie left. They're all signing big long-term deals. It seems like there's a real proper structure in place now at Arsenal Football Club, and it's great news. And
100%.
this is another thing. These
He
players,
gave,
like how old Saliba now? Is he 24, 25?
yeah, he's
We're going to have
24, I
them in their
believe.
peak years. None of these players have hit their peak years. Because I was thinking today to myself, like, when you look at the teams that have won the Premier League, the recent teams, right, they've always had world class players in it. You look at Liverpool, they obviously had Mane and Salah. Even last season, they still had Salah, they had Allison, they had Van
Has he hit the
Dijk,
world class? Yeah, you
they
said
had
so.
Trent.
Has Saliba hit the world class level yet? He's on his way there. I think I wouldn't say
Yeah,
that
I'd say he's
he's
on it, but I do feel like the trophies have to come with being world class for you to be
100%.
in that bracket. So
Yeah,
I feel like Arsenal's players, I kind of thought we've never had that, yeah, with this team. And even though we're all expecting to win, right? You would have thought that Martinelli would be where Saka's level is now, but he's gone backwards. But Saka, Gabriel, Declan Rice, and William Saliba, I say the four of them. If they win a big trophy, I think they go into that world class bracket. And I think obviously that
yeah,
none of them are in
straight.
their prime. None of them. Your prime is 26, 20. I'd say 27, 28 is your prime. And we don't have any of them players in their prime yet. And I just feel like when they do hit their prime, that's when most footballers play their best football when they're 27 years old, right? If you go through the history, it's a peak of every player,
Exception,
26
exception,
even.
yeah, exception to some players that are just spalling out from when they're young. Do you understand?
Mm.
Sometimes it can go the other way because they're so good when they're
Of course,
bloody
but they,
young.
but some get even better, don't they? Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I mean,
Def,
for example,
def,
like someone like Salah, he obviously hit his prime when he was probably about 27, 26, probably about 5 years ago, right? And he's still
yeah.
there now. And he could go on forever. Big up Moonbright saying hello. Hello to you, Moonbright. Thanks for tuning in. We
Right.
appreciate it, man.
Let's just sure put this video on,
Yeah,
and then
go on then.
discuss it. I'll put this video on. This is just details of the deal broke on Sky Sports. I think David Ornstein might have been one of the first ones to break it earlier on. And yeah, good stuff.
We start with the breaking news from the last hour. And it's good news for Arsenal. William Saliba has agreed a new 5-year contract with the club. His existing deal was up in summer 2027, so this extends that by 3 years. Since making his Arsenal debut in 2022, Saliba's established himself as one of the best defenders in Europe and formed a terrific partnership with Gabriel. And speaking on Sky Sports
Great
FC,
partnership.
Charlie Austin says there's only one defender in the Premier League
top
who
partnership.
can match Saliba.
That's massive for Arsenal. And looking at it, he's going to be on par with Virgil van Dijk, the best centre half in the league, really. And that's where he's at. He's highly thought of by Arsenal, the Arsenal fans, and look, they've reacted quickly and got probably arguably one of their best players tied down to a new deal.
Yeah, it's great news, isn't it, Dan?
His Arsenal
Look at
debut,
these
the
stats.
24-year-old has kept the most clean sheets of any defender in the Premier League. He's also won the most possession in the middle of the pitch of any defender, while he ranks third for passes completed and total touches and scores highly in goals scored and aerial duels won as well.
Very good.
So if Saliba does agree this new deal, he'd be the 6th Arsenal first-team player to do so in the last 2 years. Youngsters Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ethan Nwaneri, Saliba's regular defensive partner Gabriel, Ben White and club captain Martin Ødegaard have all extended.
Looking good, looking good, looking good, Dan.
Yeah, we need to add Saka to that list, and I think we're really looking good, man. Positive Dan, you got a positive Paul. Happy Saliba signed. Yes. Yes. Love to hear that, man. The Gunner Low Dan. We've got a positive Paul. Yeah. Listen, we all have to be positive, don't we? The Gunner Low Dan. All of us have to be positive with that news. Guys, help us be positive. Like and subscribe if you haven't. If you're a new viewer, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. It will mean the world to us. But yeah, I mean, I think it's fantastic news. I think it shows that they're all together. This Arsenal side, they all believe in what Mikel Arteta is trying to achieve with the club, and I think it gives the club a whole big boost ahead of a massive game on Sunday. So
100%, and I just think with Gabriel signing that deal, I think we've got the base of that defense tied up, and I mean it's very key for Arsenal, man. Our defense is one of our best abilities, as I said. I feel about Arteta, but defensively as a coach, I do rate him. He knows how to set up a team not to be beaten, not concede goals. So with Saliba signing, it is a great, great day for Arsenal because, as I said before, there's been a lot of talk about Saliba going to Real Madrid. He wasn't too sure where he's at, where his head was thinking. But, I mean, it's proven that he has got his loyalty with Arsenal Football Club. And we're going to see we can now relax knowing that he's tied down. Good stuff.
Yeah,
Dan.
I mean, Saliba, he dropped off a tiny bit last season, but other than that, and I think that's to do with coming back from injuries and stuff, just like this season. But I think Saliba, he's the top 5 defenders for sure in the world. To have him at Arsenal, you win leagues on defense, is just like the great Alex Ferguson said. Attacks win you games, defense win you league titles, and I just think that partnership. I remember when we've signed Gabriel, and obviously Saliba was out on loan, but there was an article on Sky Sports and it said this could be Arsenal's future partnership for the next 10 seasons. And we're like 4 seasons in now, and here's to another 5 or 6 seasons of Saliba and Gabriel at the back. We're always going to be comfortable at the back. We're going to go into games.
I'm coming back. Give me 1 sec.
Go on, mate. We're going to go into games knowing that it's unlikely that we're going to concede. So if you get a goal, you're very likely to win the game. And I just hope that against Newcastle, Saliba, he has extra boost, a bit of confidence, Saliba and Gabriel, and them two can help us to keep a clean sheet. And then hopefully one of our attacking players, Eze, Gyökeres, Martinelli, whoever it might be, can get a goal and we can go and beat Newcastle, because Newcastle is a must-win game. Let's read some of these chats out here from the Gunner. Low Dan. We do need to release the hounds up front. Downward. Downwood, 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 Downwood will be a charming Jan. He was mint last night with that vision. Oh, Dalman. Yes, listen, Dalman. He's a class player, but it's a very tricky one with Dalman only being 16. I think he's going to have to be managed really, really well. But 100%, the more games he plays, the more better he looks. Every time I see him on the pitch, there's a bit of excitement around the Arsenal fans, and I could hear the Arsenal fans. They've already got a song for him. Super Max, Super Maxi Dalman. And I thought, imagine that. You're 16 years old and you've got it was the traveling away fans. You've got 10,000. I don't know how many. Well, the stadium probably holds 10,000. Let's say 2,000 Arsenal fans singing your name. I'm sure we'll be singing it at the Emirates soon. I'm sure. Hopefully, we got Brighton in the EFL Cup in the next round. Hopefully, Max Dalman will play in that game. But let's move on to Sunday. Regarding Sunday, it's such a big game. Merino played the 90 minutes yesterday, so for me, that says to me that he's not going to start on Sunday. How do you feel about that, Dan? I'm not sure if did you get that what I said?
I don't agree with that
about,
because Saka played. Does that mean he
yeah,
doesn't
but
start? Because Saliba
Saka
started.
played.
Does that mean he
Saka
don't
played
start?
60. Saka played 60 minutes because he was coming from
Oh,
injury. Saliba played because there's not really any other centre backs to play. I don't see Merino playing again against Newcastle.
well, I don't
What do you
know. I
think,
don't know
Dan?
what this manager's going to do, Dan. I'll be honest with you. I think everyone knows. I think everyone's in agreements of the same lineups. Yeah, when we're talking about Sunday, more or less everyone's got the same lineup, but we just don't know what our manager's got, unfortunately. So I just don't know. And when he came out in that interview and he was so cocky about, oh yeah, the lineup worked against Atletico Bilbao, and we just don't know where his mind's at. I don't think he knows where his own mind's at the moment, and I'm sure he hasn't made his final decision yet. So we'll wait to see what happens come Sunday, what the lineup is, but I cannot make no guarantees that Marino won't be in that lineup. I mean, Marino was in there yesterday as a striker. How do we know to do that again? Jokera should be starting, but this is
Oh,
Mikel.
Jokeridze will start. Jokeridze will start 100%. I've no doubt. I could lay I'd lay my house on that. That Jokeridze will start for sure.
Oh
It's
my
just
god, I
no, he
wouldn't.
would. Yeah, Jokeridze. Oh, Jokeridze will 100% start. Dan, don't be silly. Of course he
Yeah,
will.
no, he should be
And
starting in it. But like I said, we're
and
dealing with
hopefully,
Mikel.
Jokeridze gets a goal, man. And then it's 4 goals in 4 and 6. That would be if Jokeridze can get a big goal. Okay, the Gunner Lowdown says Marino wasn't good. I hope it's Martinelli left, Saka right, Eze, Zubi, and Rice. Listen, that's exact Gunner Lowdown. That's exactly I actually
Marino
said if
wasn't good. Well, you think
Odegaard's,
Marino was decent yesterday, Dan? He was
I,
dog
I,
shit
I,
yesterday.
I thought he had decent moments in the game. I really did. I'm not one of these people who's just going to scapegoat one player, right? Mikel Arteta chose to use him. He's had some good moments in an Arsenal shirt. I'm not just going to sit there slating him. Do I think there's a player that could do better in the middle? Yes. Do we have better players, more technical players? Maybe, maybe not. But we have better
For
players, more
me,
attacking players.
Mikel Marino, that's his level. Carabao Cup,
Hmm.
that's his level. Port Vale, that's his level. FA Cup, Bolton Wanderers, something like that, coming on 70 minutes with 3-1 up. Do you understand? This is his level. Yeah. Last resort striker if we've got no one up there. That's where Mikel Marino's at. He shouldn't be starting anywhere in the team. With the strength that we've got now and the players that we've got, I don't know who he's getting in front of anywhere. I'll be honest. He shouldn't be starting in no games unless it's Carabao Cup like yesterday. That's just my opinion. I don't know where you're at, but yeah, in a big game, Marino shouldn't be starting anywhere near the lineup. Do you agree with that, Dan? If everyone's fit, does Marino get on the starting
If
lineup?
everyone's fit, he doesn't start. No, not for me. He does not start. But I do feel like he can be a good utility player, and I don't think he's as bad as everyone makes out. I think it's just because it's kind of like it's similar when we signed Madueke, and everyone was pissed off because they wanted Eze because they wanted Gyökeres. And with Marino, I think it's more because you want Eze to play rather than just like completely shitting on Marino because
Yeah,
he
if you've
doesn't have.
stopped in there, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, all of that good stuff.
Yeah,
New
but
channel.
back to
Well, we're a
Marino.
new channel, a few months old. We're just building it up right now. But yeah, there's a lot to come. Sorry, Dan. Go ahead, bro.
No, that's all right. I'm saying with Marino, I just feel like he doesn't have really terrible games, but he doesn't have good games. I feel like he does a lot of running, and one of the main things when we signed him, one of the main stats going around was about his dual winning ability, and it's like Okay, and it's like he's got him for the dual winning ability, and Zubimendi's the one to keep it ticking and all of that. And they played together for Spain, and they played together at Sociedad, and all of this. But look, the stat that stands out to me that's actually crazy is that Marino and Declan Rice have played together in the midfield 10 times, and they've got one win, and that was against Ipswich Town. So surely that shows you that when them two are in midfield together, for some reason it doesn't work. Because let's say Arsenal probably win 7 out of 10 games. So how comes when them two play, we only win 1 out of 10?
Yeah, but your manager
So
don't see that. Your manager don't see that. He just persists with it. It don't
yeah,
work once, twice, 3, 4 times. Guess what? I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna go again. Gunnar Lowdown says, I'd actually prefer Martinelli through the middle. He's always been good when he plays there. And yeah, that's something that I've been saying for the last couple of seasons now, for more than a couple of seasons. It's been proven that this guy is not good enough on left wing. Not saying he's completely over for him, but there's been a couple moments where he's been good on left wing. But if we're talking seriously here, he's not good enough on the overall from what we've seen. And I think we should be trying him down the centre, especially with Gyökeres looking like Brock Lesnar in the centre sometimes. So I think this is an option for us. If Gyökeres isn't firing with no Havertz available, we need to be deploying Martinelli down that centre. I think he can cause a lot of problems there. Last couple of games, this is where his goals are coming from. So yeah, for me, Martinelli, that is definitely a viable option. I know when me and you saw the lineup come out yesterday, Dan, we thought that he had gone for Martinelli down the middle, but it come to find out
he
it
did.
was Marino. He started as a striker.
But I actually think Eze was playing down the middle at first. To be fair, that's how I watched the game. I swear I saw Eze and then Spaces
No,
more.
he wasn't.
You know,
He was in the
uh,
centre.
well,
He
he
was in
was.
the
Look, to be honest, I think they were swapping a lot. I don't know if someone was set up with to be an actual striker or what was going on, or if tactics changed during the game. But for sure on Sunday, it's going to be Gyökeres, the man that's going to be starting. And I'm backing Gyökeres to get a goal, a big, important goal this Sunday. Arsenal is must win. Arteta, pull it out the bag. We need to go to Newcastle. We need to win. And let's hope that Crystal Palace on Saturday can get something. And do you know what? What's interesting is that obviously if Liverpool win, they go 8 points clear. If Liverpool drop points, then does he maybe go a bit more conservative? And if they
He's
if they
got his
win,
mind set up.
does he go?
He's been traumatized over at St James's Park. Let's be honest, it hasn't been good over there for us
No,
at
no, it's
St
been
James's
awful.
Park.
It's been
It's been
absolutely
awful.
awful.
So no matter
It
if
was a
they
12:30 kickoff last year, wasn't it? It was horrible,
whichever
man.
way we're
Honestly.
looking at, the pressure cookers on. Liverpool lose or draw, there's pressure there. Now it's time to make up points. Yeah, if they win, there's still pressure there. Whatever way you look, whatever result comes out against Liverpool, it's the same scenario for us going away to Newcastle. It's a must-win game, and I just believe it's going to be very cautious, very safe, and very negative against Newcastle. And the only time that we're going to see us come out is if Newcastle get an early goal or they score first. And I think that might happen, to be honest. I've been having thoughts about that, and I'm thinking Newcastle might get the early goal on the back of their Carabao Cup game, scoring 4 goals. Big up Uber Duper Positive and Smoky Settings, Dan. Come on, man. You
Big
know
up
we're
everything.
there each and every time.
Okay, well,
Gonna low down. I live in Newcastle. They're a rough team. That was
let's get his first comment up, Dan. Let's get his
Oh, you worked it out now to do it, Dan, yeah?
4 starts. This would say that again.
You worked out to do the show thing, yeah?
Yeah. Earlier career see impressive numbers: 7 goals and 1 assist in 4 starts. That would have been primarily. Oh, is this Martinelli we're talking about when he played up top? I'm guessing. Do you know what? Look, Martinelli. Look, I remember me under Unai Emery. The guy was scoring headers. I thought we had a young Ronaldo on our hands, but it's just not. It's not panned out that way. But even
young
the 2
Ronaldo.
goals.
Oh,
Listen,
damn,
Dan.
man. Stop using names like that. Stop talking about young Ronaldo because he scored us players.
Dan, when he first burst onto the scene, come on, man. Listen,
Ronaldo's too far.
Jurgen Klopp said he's going to be the talent of the century. So
he was wrong. What,
Exactly.
Jurgen Klopp? So his opinion means everything, Jurgen Klopp.
No, but listen. So that was my opinion. I thought he was going to be like a new Ronaldo. That's how it seemed to me. He was going to be the next big thing. That's what everyone thought. I think, Dan. But
Not
yeah,
me. I don't think that. Definitely not.
Gunnar low down. I live in Newcastle, the rough team. That was in the 1920 season. Okay, so that would have been just before Arteta come, I think. Yeah. Which that makes sense. Let's read his next comment out as well. Defensive Lordy winger under Arteta. Well, here's the thing, right? This is what frustrates me about.
Here comes the defense for Arteta. Go ahead, Dan.
No, look, this is what is frustrating with Arteta, right? Because I've watched his team, yeah. So not last season, the season before, scored loads of goals, right? Most goals ever scored by an Arsenal team in one season. You lot probably don't even know that, right? But the most goals Arsenal have ever scored in our 140-year history is under Mikel Arteta, and the most wins in a season. And the season before that, we were playing with everyone knows it. The streets won't forget Gabriel Jesus when he was on absolute fire. We were bopping teams off the park and playing unbelievable football. So this is what frustrates me, is that I know this manager has it in him to play that football. So why are we not seeing it now? That is the question. Is it because of personnel?
Shall I give you your answer? It's not because of the personnel, it's because of the manager. Yeah, he's been burnt in the past by coming close and going attacking, being free, playing good football, and now he's gone defensive, really defensive and negative. This is what it is, and I said it to you before. Being that he's a new manager, yeah. Over the 5 years that we've seen him, he's still developing as a manager and he's still finding his style about the manager he's going to be. Do you understand? Yeah. Managers build up a reputation for their football over a period of a long time, i.e. your Mourinho's, Guardiola's. This is built up over a period of 10 times. So you can say, this is the style of this manager. This man has only just come into manager. He's 6th year in or whatever it is. Yeah. He has still been learning along the way. So now we're seeing the type of manager Mikel Arteta wants to be. When we saw that season where we scored all them goals you're talking about, Dan, yeah, we can't say that this is Mikel Arteta's style. Do you understand? Yeah, it's a period of time as a manager that you need to build yourself together, go through certain situations, scenarios, lose a few games, lose the title, and this now develops you into the manager that you are now. So now what we're seeing from Arteta is the man that he wants to be. A pragmatic manager, a defensive manager like a Simeone, like a Mourinho. Yeah,
the thing is, it's a myth, right? That he's a defensive manager, right? And it's a myth that we're negative. Myth? No. Listen, let me finish. Because, right, listen, you can say that we're not directly attacking, right? We're not direct with our attacks, but you can't say that he's a defensive manager. When our last game we had 81% of the ball, and the game before that, against Man City, Pep Guardiola, who's had 601 games as a manager, and he's never had any less possession than he had on that game. We had 72%. They had, we had 68. They had 32%, right? So that's the most possession, the least possession, that Pep Guardiola, the possession king, has ever had. So that wasn't negative football against Manchester City. We had them pinned in. That's not negative at all. And what I think's happened is that teams have realized and said, you know what? Because when we first went for the title that year out of nowhere, we were a team that just finished 5th. So teams came to the Emirates and thought we can have a go at them. No one comes and has a go at Arsenal now. Not even Liverpool, not even Manchester City.
We're having 70% possession and we're doing a lot of nothing, Dan.
But that's
sideways, backwards. But with that 70% possession, how many shots on target are we having?
It is not defensive football.
What do you mean it's not defensive? It's negative football. Yeah? You can be defensive by keeping the ball and passing the ball side to side. That's defensive. It's not attacking. It's just keeping the flipping ball. That's all it is, Dan.
People.
You can't sit there and say that Arteta is now an attacking-minded coach. You can't say that. He's defensive-minded. That's why we saw the lineup against Man City, Dan. It's okay to say that, Dan. He is a defensive-minded coach. It's been proven.
I'm not
It
so
has
sure
been
on that.
proven.
I'm not so sure on that.
So you've
I can't understand that when I see a team that's had 70% of the ball against Manchester City.
and
Manchester
done
City
what, Dan?
never. Manchester. Well, Dan, it's hard. We scored a goal in the end, right? And it's hard when they've
Let
got
me
a
get the
1-0
stats
lead
up,
and
bro. Let me get the stats up for that Man City
they've
game.
put 10. I've got it, bro. They put 10 men behind the ball. I've got the stats right here, bro. Yeah, for that
So I'm
game,
asking you.
we had 68%. Yeah, they had 32% possession. We had 12 shots. They had 5. We made 581 passes. They made 295.
Where were
We
those
made a,
passes, Dan?
we made no. Listen, I'm going to tell you now. We made 189 passes in the final third. They made 88. So we made
And we had 3 shots on
189.
goal. And we had three, with
Right?
all that possession, we had
We had
3
12
shots on
shots.
goal.
We had 12 shots, Dan.
3 shots
12
on
shots.
target, Dan.
Maybe on target.
Target.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3
Right.
shots on
30.
target,
We
Dan.
had 39 touches in the opposition box. They had 8. Right. We had 32 crosses. They had 4.
So this
So
proves your point that
really and
he's not
truly,
defensive.
well, that's not defensive football, Dan. Defensive
It is
football was what
defensive
Pep
football when
Guardiola
you've got
was doing. That was
Marino, Rice,
defensive
and
football.
Zubimendi in the midfield, Dan. It is defensive when you've got Marino,
No, it's
Rice, and
not.
Zubimendi in the midfield. How is that not
It's not.
defensive?
No,
Why not?
our midfield lacked a bit of creativity, yes,
Is
but
it
it's not
defensive?
defensive
Yes or
football.
no? Why is it
We
not
didn't go in
defensive?
there. We did not go in there and set up like with a back 5 or set up with
Zubimendi,
defensively.
Rice, and Marino, best attributes are defensive qualities. That's
No, I
it.
wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say that. You wouldn't
No, I
say that,
wouldn't say
no?
that.
You
No,
wouldn't
no,
say
no. I
Declan
wouldn't say
Rice's
that.
best.
I wouldn't say Zubimendi is like a defender, is he? He's someone who keeps it
He's
ticking
a
and keeps it
defensive
moving.
midfielder. He's a combative
No,
midfielder that gets stuck in.
he's a number 6, but he's not like your traditional defensive midfielder, is he? He's not. This whole thing that is that Arteta's defensive is it's a
truth,
myth.
Dan.
You
It's the
cannot be
truth.
defensive and have 70% of the ball against Man
Why
City.
not? Why not?
Manchester City were
Why
the team
not?
that were defensive because
All
you
right, Dan.
can't. Defensive
All right,
teams will sit back, soak it up, and have 20-30% of
That's
the
what you
ball.
call ultra.
That's what
Ultra
Jose
defensive.
Mourinho
You play
does. That's
FIFA,
what defensive
ultra
teams do.
That's ultra defensive. Let's not talk about Marino's team because some of Marino's teams were playing the most exciting football we've seen in the Premier League as defensive as they were. Going forward, yeah, they'll be taking risks and making things happen. You wouldn't have seen 3 defensive midfielders in the center of Jose Mourinho's park. No flipping
Well,
way.
let me land here with that one then. So, what did Jurgen Klopp? What was Jurgen Klopp's midfield? What was his midfield? His main midfield that won him all these trophies. I'll tell you what it was.
Go
Yeah,
on.
Fabinho, Henderson, and Wijnaldum.
Okay. And
Where's
what was
the
Fabinho
creative
doing?
spark in that?
Slapping.
Where's the
I'm talking about what was Fabinho doing? Slapping off corn from outside the box, screamers. What was Wijnaldum doing? Arriving late in the box and scoring goals. What are we talking about here? What are you trying to say? That's a defensive midfield,
bro? That's the exact same, similar to our midfield. Henderson would be like would be like the Rice, yeah. Fabinho would be like Zubimendi, and Marino and Wijnaldum share similar qualities, bro.
Oh,
yeah?
Crazy. Wijnaldum.
His
You're
numbers,
comparing Wijnaldum to Marino. Just stop it, Dan.
Yeah, Wijnaldum was the better player, but Wijnaldum's not like your ultra attacking midfielder. I'm going to read this comment here now. Let's get it up on the screen from Adam Wavy. When we were more free flowing, football teams would try and play against us. Now teams sit back. Exactly what I've been saying. Guys, please hit the like button. And yeah, let me read this out because I like this. Look, from DF1102. Good point about Liverpool's midfield. It's true. You know, Jurgen Klopp if Jurgen Klopp had Arsenal's team, someone who you said we should get as a manager, that's the midfield 3 he would go with.
Are you mad,
That
Dan?
is
What are you talking
midfield.
about? That's the
Bro,
midfield
look,
he would
bro.
go with Odegaard and Eze in there. Stop talking shit, Dan. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? Well,
that's what he would go with. He would go with Marino, Rice, and Declan Rice.
Yes,
and Zubimendi.
yes.
You're talking madness, Dan.
I'm not talking madness because that's what he done at Liverpool.
Are you in Klopp's
head?
That
is what he done at Liverpool.
Are you in Klopp's head? Stop. No, he didn't.
All right. So who was their main midfield? Because they had other players that could play.
Was an attacking midfielder for Newcastle and Netherlands. Yeah? He weren't number 6.
He's not a proper attacking midfielder, though.
Could you play Wijnaldum as a number 6?
He's not an out-and-out attacking midfielder.
Could you play him as a holding midfielder, Wijnaldum?
You wouldn't play him as a 6.
I'm asking you a question. Would you play him as a 6, Wijnaldum? Holding? No. Could you play Rice as a 6? Yes. Could you play Marino as a 6? Yes. Could you play Zubimendi as a 6? So what are you talking about, Dan?
Yeah, but look that midfield of Liverpool's, you cannot say that was an attacking midfield because it wasn't. They all ran and ran and ran and ran and ran, and that's what they were to do. Run, 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 recycle it, get it to that
Jurgen
front
Klopp would
three.
come into
That was their
Arsenal and
job.
play Rice, Subamendi, and Marino. What are we talking about here? No one would do that except for Arteta
Look,
with Eze on the bench.
Look, as Adam Wavy says, Jurgen Klopp never played a number 10. And it's true. Jurgen Klopp never, ever played a number 10. He never played a number 10. He didn't. He didn't, Dan. That's just a fact. That is a fact. That is a fact of life. Their wingers scored their goals. Yeah, let's get this one up as well. Their wingers scored their goals and they played a false nine. It's so true. They never even had the striker. They had Firmino who come in, drop deep, did exactly what Arteta wants Havertz to do. And the difference is they had Mane and Salah who were getting 20 odd goals each. And we were hoping that Martinelli and Saka were going to get to that level. And they both, even Saka, as good as he is, hasn't got to that level. We're not seeing any of our players produce these numbers. And if you go through any Premier League team that's won the league, they'll always have at least one player that scores 20 goals. We don't have that player yet. So someone needs to step up and get the 20 goals for us.
Yeah, you're just talking madness about Jurgen
No,
Klopp.
it's facts, Dan. I swear it's facts.
You know what it is? When you come out of these things, sometimes my mind don't click. So let me just get the stats and facts up for you, bro.
Scouting, this is from Why Not. Scouting Klopp's thing was energy. Was energy, and Ginny was a midfielder with tech and energy. Yeah, but look, he wasn't a number 10, was he? There's no way he's a number 10. He's a number 8 at best. J Marcus, big up J Marcus, man. Here again, bro. Appreciate the love, bro. We hardly get into good attacking positions. That is a worry. I agree with you. You know, that there's something not quite clicking. The fluidity isn't there right now, but it could come. You know, all it takes is one game and something clicks. There's a lot of new players in the team. But when you've got Liverpool that have won 5 games in a row, had Liverpool drew against Burnley, they got a very lucky penalty in the last second. In fact, so many of their games were last-minute winners. Had they drew one game, right now there'd only be 2 points in it, you know, because our team's still gelling. We've made 8 new signings. So you have to, in the great words of Gary Barlow, have a little patience.
Oh, stop
and this
it,
Sunday, Ginny played as a. Here, let's read this. Ginny played as a 10. Or
He
AM
also had
under
Thiago
Rafa.
in there at one point. He brought Thiago in as well.
Under Rafa? What, at Newcastle? Oh, yeah, at Newcastle, he definitely played a little bit more attacking. But at Liverpool, that wasn't his job. Let's see how many goals he scored in his career for Liverpool. Should we check? Let's check. Let's check that, because I can guarantee you it's about 10 in about 200 appearances. He scored some big goals, though. I give him that. And he was a good player. But their midfielders, they're not the guys you remember for that team, are they?
What do you mean they're not the guys you remember? What are you talking
Well, they're
about,
not,
Dan? You
are they,
do
Dan?
remember them because you're bringing them up. Fabinho,
know,
I remember Fabinho has been a solid player, solid defensive midfielder that got forward and slapped goals in the Binzo as well from far out. I know you remember
never, Dan. He probably scored about 3 goals in his whole Liverpool career, mate.
I said he slapped goals in from outside the box. Yeah?
Yeah, look at this, right? 179 appearances Wijnaldum for Liverpool, 16 goals. That's a great attacking midfielder, isn't it? He was not an attacking midfielder. My point stands.
And your point is trying to get up Arteta's arse again, bro, and saying that Klopp would do
I'm
the same as
proving it to you.
Arteta. That's what your point is, Dan. It's all about Arteta. All stems back to Arteta and defending him, bro. Yeah? Klopp would
because
not play
I can't have people. I can't have people saying that it's defensive football when clearly it's not. It may be possession based football that may get a bit boring. Yes, I understand that, and I take that 100%.
No, we came back to
sideways.
You come back to say
but
that
it's not.
Arteta is not a defensive coach. We don't play defensive football.
No, we don't.
Right,
how can you play defensive football and score the amount of goals that we score?
Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah. It's true though. Because, like I said, any teams that are defensive, go and look at how Brentford play and check their possession stats. It'll be 20 or 30% every game, 10 men behind the ball. How Pep Guardiola played against Arsenal. That was defensive football. We didn't play defensive football. We dominated them in every aspect of the game.
Except for goals scored.
Yeah.
Which is the key thing we're talking about.
See, look, even here, why not? Coming round to my way of thinking.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Klopp had a. You keep taking it off. Yes, Klopp had a workman-like midfield, but Ginny individually had a great creativity. Yeah, he does, but you can't say Mourinho ain't got no creativity in him at all. You just can't say that. The guy has just recently scored a hat trick for Spain. He scored
Are we
goals for
talking
Arsenal
about
last
Spain or
season.
Arsenal? Are we
Yeah, but
talking
I'm
about
saying he
Spain
had.
or Arsenal?
Yeah, but listen,
Why
we're
are you
yet
sitting
to
there
see it.
defending Mikel Marino, bro, of all people? Because it stems back to trying to defend Arteta once again. Marino is dog shit, bro. That's it. He's decent at best. He's decent at best. He's a makeshift striker that you put in there when you got no strikers. That's it.
Well, Sunday, lads, in the comments, let us know who do you think's going to start on Sunday. See who that is. Burkap Churchill.
Flipping out. Well, you got spectators there with you. Flipping out. Whoever's sitting there with this guy right now, if you can hear me, sort him out. Sort him out, man.
Mate,
Seriously.
Dan, trust me, you don't want him to get involved, mate. He is 10 times more positive than me.
Who is
And
that?
he rubs
Adam.
off. Yeah, bro, he rubs off on me sometimes.
It's toxic energy. Toxic energy over there. Guys. Listen, man.
One
We
sec,
need
Dan.
to
Yeah, hold
start
the
coming
fort.
around to the realness. No problem. Let me take the stage, man, because I've had enough of what you're saying. Yeah? The man's coming out of London. First of all, he came out and said yesterday that Mikel Arteta is one of the best tacticians in the world. That was his first outlandish statement. His next statement is now he's dropped the bomb. Is that if Jurgen Klopp come into this team, he would be playing Rice, Zubamendi, and Midrino in midfield. Even though you've got Odegaard, Wanyeri, and Eze that could go in the centre, he believes that Klopp will come in and do the same as Mikel Arteta. You know why? Because he's in love with Arteta. Absolute madness. Yeah? And we can't carry on like this. Now we go away to Newcastle on the weekend. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts, people? Who are we starting against Newcastle on the weekend? Because right now, I'm not sure. Dan's 100% certain that Marino won't be starting that game, all because he played 90 minutes on a Tuesday. Yeah? 6 days later, 5 days later, he's not going to start again. Why not? Why not? It's his preferred midfield. And he's got an obsession, yeah, and he's got his favourites. And I just believe that Spanish connection as well is why he has to try and get Marino into that team. And he's got this arrogance that he wants to be proven right, just like he got proven right with Raya. Well done, your Spanish compadre. You was right about that. Cool. We'll give you that one, Arteta. And now he's got this obsession with proving that he's right.
Yeah, the strange thing with Marino is that he wasn't even starting last year. And the games that he did play in midfield, he wasn't good. The only time he was good is when he played up front. So I don't know what he's doing. I think there was clearly a plan against Man City. But as Mike Tyson famously said, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. And we got punched in the face in the 8th minute of the game. So we're not sure what was going to happen because then City put 10 behind the ball and ruined the whole game as a spectacle. And that was proper defensive football. But yeah, with Sunday, look, I'm hoping that I feel like Odegaard would have been at least on the bench if he was going to be available for Sunday. So I think we're going to see Eze, Zubamendi, and Rice in the midfield. And I think Martinelli will start on the left. And I think it'll be Gyökeres and the star boy Bukayo Saka.
We're not going to see that, guys. There is no way, Jose, that's happening. I'm telling you, it's not happening. Yeah? Especially if Odegaard's anywhere near the team, we don't know what's going to happen. So until we get that press conference on Friday where we're seeing who's back, and he likes to just play mind games in his press conferences anyway. We're not seeing that formation. Everyone's got the same formation. Me and you got the same formation, Dan. Everyone in the chat's probably got the same formation and line up. Arteta's not going to go with that on the weekend. Yeah, and like I said, prepare yourself, guys, for a draw or a loss. That's just what I think is going to happen. Hopefully, I'm proven wrong on the weekend. We've got a small chance. There's always a chance of beating Newcastle, especially where they haven't got Isaac as well, which is key for me. He's been terrorizing us at Newcastle. What he done to Gabriel and Saliba last season, not many players can do that. So yeah, without Isaac in the team, there's a chance. But I just feel like we're going to get overrun. And if Joe Linton Tonali and Guimaraes starting that midfield, we will be getting overrun. And I just believe that Zubimendi is lightweight, yeah, and he's going to be found out in this game. That's what I believe.
So I've got to read this comment out because I've got to reply to it. Why not? You mean like Arteta at Arsenal? Pep tried to defend a 1-0 lead, unlike Arteta. It wasn't from the first half. It was from the 70th minute. That's just not true. They went defensive from the minute they scored that goal. They didn't have one more attack. They had one on the counter where Haller missed a chance. Other than that, they were defending for their lives. You know,
They weren't defending for their lives because it
yes,
wasn't
they
like we was
were.
putting them. We weren't putting them under that much pressure, Dan.
Dan,
It wasn't
Dan,
like it was like they was making last ditch challenges and all of that, Dan. We
No,
was
but
at
we
the
had
game,
all of
Dan. It was a
yeah, I
very
know,
boring game.
but we
It
had
was a
all of the
very
ball, Dan.
sideways, but it
Yeah,
wasn't
why do
good
you think it was,
penetration,
Dan?
Dan.
When you've got one of the best teams in the world playing 10 at the back, that's what happens. You know, Arteta ruined the game. Randers missed a chance. I don't remember that. You'll have to remind me. I don't remember him missing a chance, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm not denying the fact that we had a lot of possession, Dan, but it was a lot of huffing and puffing, and no houses were getting blown down, bro.
Yeah,
This is what was going
it
on.
wasn't Arsenal. It wasn't us just sitting back with 10 men behind the ball. It was City doing that. We couldn't break them down. That is our problem. Not being able to break teams down. It's not defensive football. It's not knowing how to break a team down. This
It's gonna
is
be
where.
hard to break it. It's gonna be hard to break a team down when you've got no creativity in the center of the park, ain't it, Dan?
But
You
we
bring
had
Eze
it.
and Martinelli on, and what did we
We
see?
had. Yeah, we had Eze on though, didn't we? We got one goal in the end.
Yeah, at half
But
time. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying,
yeah,
we
exactly.
started off
So
all wrong, and that's it.
if he was on the whole game, we might have got 2 goals. Of course, 100%. You need to get the creative players on the pitch. But I just hope that it's not just about the players. I hope that I'm praying that it's not just the system that cannot break teams down. You know, we might play Eze on Sunday, and God forbid. Imagine we don't get a result, or we lose or draw, and it's another cagey game, and we can't.
It's
You know,
Arteta. It's Arteta and his negative football. Yeah, he's taking, like you keep saying, Dan. I hope he takes the handbrake off. The handbrake's up. This is what the problem is. Even when teams are playing that low block, yeah, take more risks.
the
Push
handbrake
more,
wasn't up against. The handbrake was
push
not up.
more players
The
forward.
handbrake was certainly down against City for sure.
When
You know,
was it? What
throughout
are
the
you
whole
talking
game,
about?
Dan.
When was it down?
Yes, it was. Dan,
With that lineup, how can Hambrick be
Dan,
down with that lineup? Make it make sense,
if
Dan.
you cannot break a team down, that doesn't, that doesn't mean.
How
Come on,
can
guys.
the handbrake be down
What are
with
we
that
doing here,
lineup?
guys?
How can the handbrake be down with that lineup, Dan?
Look, and City's
Make that
defense
make
is
sense
not.
to me, please.
City's defense
So
is
you're
not
telling me we
rubbish
had the
at all.
handbrake down with that lineup. The handbrake's down with that lineup he started with. Is that what you're telling me?
No,
The
I don't think.
handbrake's down.
I don't think it was Dan. No.
So what are we talking
Not
about
at
then,
all.
Dan? He
Not
put
at
the
all.
handbrake down at
Listen.
half time.
No. What we're saying here? Yeah, okay. He put it down. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was getting confused there. Yeah. But I just don't think that it's defensive football. Simple as that. I think we struggle to break teams down. That is our problem. That is our issue. It's not that we play do defensive and we don't try. We're trying to break teams down and we cannot do it all the time.
Who's
In
to blame
certain
then?
games.
So
We
who's to
couldn't
blame
break
for that?
down Liverpool. We couldn't break down Liverpool. Liverpool couldn't break down us. They scored from a free kick.
Okay, I'm
City,
asking you. Since
we
we
couldn't
can't
break
break
City
teams
down.
down,
They broke us down once.
when City was going through their time of dominance, every single team they played against was low block. They found a way to break teams down. Do you
Yeah,
understand?
that's right. That's a
So
good point. Of course they
whose
did.
fault is it that we're struggling to break these teams down, Dan? Does any blame come back to the manager?
Of course it does.
A little
100%.
bit.
100%. And like I said, I can agree with that all day long. But what I can't agree with is this myth that is, it's just such an easy thing to say. This myth that it's always defensive, negative football.
So
when
do you think the
the
lineup
lineup,
against Man City was
the lineup.
defensive? Do you think it was
No,
defensive?
I wouldn't say it's defensive. No, because I don't think them players have just been told there I don't think they were all just playing back and all sitting back. They were trying
So
to
you
get
think it
forward as
was
well.
that when you saw that lineup, you thought, yeah, we're going for it. That's what you believed, yeah?
No, I didn't think it was going for it, but I still thought we'd win, and so did you, and so did most fans.
Not when the lineup came out, Dan.
Look, and
Not when
everyone
the
keeps
lineup
saying,
came out.
Declan Rice is not been a number 6 for 2 seasons now, and he's been playing further forward for England and for Arsenal. He's been getting goals, he's been getting assists. So unless he's playing as a DM, he did not play 3 players and they all played in that 1-6 and all sort of sat together and just was compact. That's not how we played, we got on the ball and had loads of the ball and we're playing and we're probing and we're trying to break City down and we couldn't do it until the 93rd minute. See, that's just silly though. Rice is a centre back in my eyes. That's really bad. A really bad take there. Why not, man? Honestly,
Yeah,
because
well, I just
he's
feel like Rice's best
so
position is
good.
a number 6. That's Rice's best position. That's what he's come
Yeah,
out and
look,
said. I don't think he's a
that
number 8.
that could easily be his best position for sure. But like I said, this whole myth of us being defensive is it's really irritating because our issue is not being able to break teams down. That is our issue. It's not being defensive. Our attacking players perhaps maybe are not good enough. We've brought in Eze and we've brought in Madueke and we've brought in Gyökeres, and so far Madueke, as good as he's been in his moments and that, he hasn't scored a goal or an assist. Saka's been out injured, our main attacker. Havertz, our top goal scorer from last year, has been injured, So let's wait and see what happens once we get once we get in a flow and hopefully go on a little bit of a run now. The fixtures are
How he
favourable for
started his
us
career
after
as a centre
Newcastle.
back. Played partly as centre back for West Ham. Silly how. Fair
Yeah, I
point.
know he did, but no, it's not a fair point because how long ago was that?
Just saying it's a fair
Jamie
point.
Jamie Carragher started his career as a bloody striker in the youth team. What does that mean? He's clearly a centre back. Declan
Point
Rice
he's
is
trying to
so
make
much.
here, Dan.
Declan Rice
Point,
is
I'll
so
tell you
much
what
more
point he's
than a
trying to
centre
make. I'll
back.
tell you what point he's trying to
Sorry,
make here, Dan.
if you watch football and think Declan Rice is just a centre back, then you need to watch another sport. I'm sorry, but
He's
that's
not
the
saying he's
case.
just
Come on.
centre back. I think he's alluding to the fact that Declan Rice is better defensively than going forward. All this trying to change him into a Frank Lampard. Yeah, we're now seeing at the start of this season, yeah, it's not looking like he's the same player he was. Maybe he needs to come back into form. But Declan Rice, for me, is not a number 8. He's not a man that should be driving forward and try. He's not a creative player, Declan Rice. From corners, set pieces, cool, but he's not a creative player. Yeah? How much assist does Declan Rice get from open play? Yeah? He can just about turn on the half turn. Yeah, he's a combative player that should be playing at the number 6. And at number 6,
Well,
Dan, I've said
okay.
this
Let me ask you,
before, you can still get
what was?
forward from number 6.
All right,
You can
Dan.
still do that.
What was Jordan Henderson?
It was a combative midfielder.
Okay,
That's what
where
he
did
was,
he play?
defensive.
Where
He
did
was
he play?
defensive. What do you mean, where did he
Where did
play?
he
You're going
play?
to
Because
contradict
he did.
yourself again because you said Klopp
Did he
played
play?
3 defensive players. That's what you said.
Did he play in the 6? No, because that's what everyone would call it. Because we've been calling
He
Arsenal
played
team.
in the sun number 6
I
for
don't
some
call it.
games. Yes, he did. Yes, he
No, he
did.
didn't play number 6.
So where did he
Dan,
play?
where did he play for Liverpool? You know where he
He
played.
played alongside
played
the number 6. That's where he played.
As a number 8. They didn't play a double
It's
pivot,
not as a
mate. They
number
played
8, Dan. It's not as a
He
number 8.
played
There's
as a
2
number 8. It
formations
was
that
as
you
a
can
number
play.
8. It was.
There's 2
It
formations
was.
that you can play. You can
He
play
didn't
2
play.
holding
He
midfielders.
did not play in a double pivot,
All
right?
right. All
Jordan
right.
Henderson,
Dan. All
and
right.
he
He was
had
a
a great
combative
pass on him.
midfielder. Stop trying to defend Declan Rice and saying that he's this number 8. You believe he's a number 8. How can you think he?
Well,
Do you think he's
listen,
better as a number 6? Mikel Arteta is a
Mikel
madman.
Arteta
First of
believes
all.
it. Well, and Thomas Tuchel as well. Someone with big, massive credentials, who's won Champions Leagues and league titles and all of that.
Okay.
He plays him.
Okay,
He
Dan.
plays him there for England. He
All
doesn't
right,
play him as a
cool.
number 6. He plays
So
Adam
I'm just asking
Hawthorne
you a
as a
question,
number
Dan.
6.
You think Declan Rice is better as a number 6 or a number 8?
I'm wrong. Cool, we can say that, right? I'm just
I'm
a
not saying
fan.
that. I'm saying, so you
what
think
do I
he's better
know?
as a
But
number 8? You think he's better as a number 8 than a number 6?
I think he's got too much to offer to play him as a number 6. I think he
And do
could do
you
a great
believe
job
that
in
we
either
can't
way.
get better than Declan Rice as a number 8 because he is not great as a number 8? Basic. He's a basic number 8. Is he better than Granit Xhaka in the number than Granit Xhaka was in the number 8?
Yes.
You really believe that, Dan?
Yes, I do believe that. I can't think of many number 8s better than Declan Rice.
Madness.
Honestly, I can't.
Is Odegaard better than him? Is Odegaard better than him?
It's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Where's Adam Wavy? Get him on screen, fam. Seriously. Where is he?
Adam Wavy, hey, come, drop some more comments, ads, man. Back me up in here, man.
Seriously, man. Bruno Guimaraes.
Nah, mate, I'm taking Declan Rice all day long.
Cunha.
And you know I love Bruno.
Cunha.
He ain't a fucking left-sided midfielder, bro. What are you talking about?
He's not a left winger. He's not a
Well,
left
that's why
winger.
he's playing for Man United.
He's playing in
He's
the
playing on the
cam. He's
left up
playing in the
front.
he's as a cam.
Yeah, well,
And you
that's what
can
I'm saying.
argue say you can argue
Declan
say
Rice
that's the
ain't,
same position Rice plays. Yeah, a
Declan
left
Rice
cam.
ain't playing. He ain't playing as a left cam, Dan.
It's basically the same position, bro. When you line it up and when you look at the formation, they're more or less right in the same position. Cunha, there's another one for you. Yeah, come on now, Dan.
Cunha, you can't. Cunha's not a left centre midfielder, bro. Stop saying Cunha, guys. Tell this guy,
Declan
please.
Rice apparently is a number 8. He's not on the pivot. What are you talking about? He's a number 8. So what are you talking about here?
So that's what I'm talking about. Number 8. Tell me a
Number 8.
left-sided
So
midfielder
what would
better
you
than
class
Declan
the number
Rice.
8 as? Is that an attacking midfielder or a defensive
No,
midfielder? What is it?
Well, they're not. The number 6 is there. Then you got the number 8s, the 2 number 8s. That's what we play.
So
We
they're
don't play a
attacking
10.
then.
We don't play a number 10.
Oh, I don't say we
Arsenal
play a
do
10,
not.
but I'm just saying.
They're not
Could you
attacking. They're box-to-box
could you
midfielders.
say in one world or another that a left-sided cam is more or less the same as a number 8? They play in the same sort of place, no?
Dan, Cunha plays on
As a left
like
cam.
left forward for Man United.
Where did he play for
He is
Wolves?
he is not coming back to do anything, bro. Yeah, he might run around and that.
Where does he play for
in
Wolves? You
that
need to
sort of
sort
way.
that t-shirt out, Dan, man. Flipping
I
out. Every
know,
time you
man.
start talking nonsense, it just drops.
I know.
Bergkamp, he said, Bergkamp's just dropping
Bergkamp's
down.
not
Every
having
time
it.
you open up your mouth, it just drops down, bro. Because you're talking nonsense, bro. Yeah? And another thing I was going to say to you, could a number 8 like Odegaard, or some people compare that to a number 10? Do you understand?
Hold on,
Because he drops
read
into the
this. I
number
think
10
we've
as
got
well.
some sad news here. I think what the Gunner Lowdown just told us. The young players just died. Billy Viagra, RIP to the former Arsenal player. That's rest in peace to, hope I'm saying the name right, Billy Viagra. I can't say I remember the name. Do you remember the name, Dan? I can't say I do, but really sad news.
Yeah, RIP.
So thanks for that kind of lowdown. And yeah, RIP, rest in peace, man. That's the sad stuff, man. But yeah, man, this week, hopefully Arsenal can get a win for him. And hopefully Crystal Palace. What are we thinking? Crystal Palace, yeah? Unbelievable, right? 18 games unbeaten. Am I right in saying that, guys? Are they 18 games unbeaten?
I think it's 17 or 18.
That is unbelievable stuff, isn't it? 18 games unbeaten. Wow.
Oliver Glasner.
Wow.
Arteta couldn't lace his boots.
Oh, come off it, Dan.
He couldn't lace his boots. Yeah. Seriously, man. Yeah, when was the last time
that is...
Let me ask you one question now. When was the last time Arteta won a trophy? And when was the last time Glasner won a trophy? And was it the same trophy? Yeah. And the credentials of Glasner's trophy is a lot more than the credentials of Arteta's one, being that it was COVID. Yeah. And Crystal Palace, the team that they are. Come on now. What was the better?
You have to give. Listen, you have to give him. You have to give him like huge credit. You know, you have to huge credit. Yeah, you have to. It's a phenomenal job that he's done with Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have never won a trophy in their history, and that's another thing.
Palace have been handed a great injury boost ahead of Liverpool.
Yeah, that's good news.
Sarr's missing the last 2 games, but he might be back. Pape Sarr might be back.
Yeah, he's been fantastic for them, hasn't he? And look, like I said, football changes very, very quickly. Palace get a draw, or God willing, they get a win. Arsenal beat Newcastle. Suddenly, things are looking good again. You know, and we would have played the tougher fixtures. So yeah, let's hope that Arsenal and Arteta can do something. Yeah, we need that run to keep pace with Liverpool. Of course we do. 100%. 100%. Let's hope that it goes with let's hope Eze's in the starting lineup. That's what I will say. He's just got his first goal now. He'll be full of confidence. Let's hope Eze is in that starting lineup against
So if he's
Newcastle.
not in that starting lineup, how are you going to feel? Is it more question marks over your manager?
Well, it depends.
Client?
It depends on
every time I say Arteta to you now, I'm not going to say manager. I'm going to say your client. So you're going to start questioning your client?
Well, it would depend on the result, won't it, Dan? Of course, like everything does. Because if we get the win and he starts Mourinho and he gets the winner, I think everyone's going to be, everyone's going to be at least content, aren't they, with that? So Yeah,
Check
let's
Newcastle's injuries.
see what happens. Newcastle. No, I think Newcastle. They've got quite a. They've got most players
I
fit.
know
To be fair,
Tonali and Joel Linton ain't been starting.
yeah, which is good for us because you can
He's a
guarantee though that they
powerhouse in
will.
that centre of the park. He's a powerhouse.
Yeah, you can guarantee for sure that that he'll start his strongest side against Arsenal. And I've noticed Eddie Howe do this before. He'll even rest players a few games prior because against Arsenal, he always wants his best team playing.
28th.
But
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
Gordon's back for that game. Let me go through their injuries that they've got. Jacob
Oh yeah,
Ramsey,
Gordon. He got sent off against Liverpool, right? And he's
he's
trusting
back
to
for
be back.
He's back for Arsenal.
Mm.
Nasty stuff. Wissa, that's why he's been injured. Knee injuries back in October.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
and
that's good
Gordon.
then.
Yeah, that's the only injuries it's saying. So I think everyone else is fit there. To be fair.
Mm.
So yeah, they'll more or less have a full squad facing us, and we will be there to see what's going on come Sunday.
Yeah. Listen,
Yeah, I
could be
might even try and go live whilst we're watching the game down on that day. You know, what are you saying about that? I'm gonna do some
Yeah,
research,
look.
man.
Yeah, I think we're
little watch
gonna
along.
probably we could try it, but I think we're gonna have to probably wait till we're a bit more established. But listen, everything's worth a try.
Yeah, I don't
And
care.
guys,
There's
please,
no harm in just slapping the computer on when
yeah,
you're watching
done it.
the game.
Yeah,
I couldn't
exactly.
care less. Let's go live, man.
Guys, hit the like button, subscribe, all of that goodness, please, for us, man. Small channel. Think we're on like 520 subs. Want to get to that 1,000 as soon as possible. So do us all a favor, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you haven't done it already, and drop us some comments. Well, should we touch on some of the other games down this weekend? Do you think Man United? Do you think they're going to get the first time under Amorim? Do you think they'll get the second win?
Nah, definitely not. Brentford are not. They're not beating Brentford, bro. This is not the weekend red card. Palmer comes off. Nah, bro. They're not beating Brentford. They're not. I can't see it happening.
I think they're going to get the result. I think they're going to get the win.
I don't
Something
think it's
tells me that
happening.
they're going to get the win.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Crystal Palace, Liverpool 3-1. Gonna do the business like they've been doing the business.
In that game.
Well, guess what? Drum roll, Isaac. Bloody hell. Even though Isaac's, I don't know how he's playing it with Isaac, innit? Because he's got a problem on his hands the way Ekatike has been playing, man.
Yeah, 100%.
He's got a headache on his hands, and I think that should only push both of them. But I think Isaac, he's not used to not being the main man, innit? He's been the main man at Newcastle for how long? Nah, hold on, wait a minute. You got this Ekatike guy, and I'm not starting. Do you understand?
Yeah, but I think it's all about getting him back to fitness. But what he's done is stupid, Ekatike. What he's done to himself is he's gone and got himself that pointless, stupid red card. So now
that was madness. And he didn't. You know what was worse? He didn't even go on like he done it by mistake. Put his hands on it. He was just cold with it. He didn't care. He just walked off like a gangster.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, "What's wrong with you, man?"
But the thing is, though, Chiesa done all the work. Put it on a plate. It was a tap-in the Carabao Cup against Southampton. You're getting your shirt off and showing it, doing what like you're Lionel Messi. It's like, mate, you see when Eze crossed the ball for Gyökeres and he scored but more or less an open goal, just a keeper to beat against Forest. What did Gyökeres do? He ran straight up to Eze and pointed at him. That's what he should have been doing. And I like what Slot come out after and was like, he was like, look, you're stupid. And look, he had a big chance, man. If he starts and scores against Palace, you know what I mean? He could keep Isaac out of the team.
Why not? This is Arteta's lawyer right now. Arteta's his client, bro. I'm telling you. Yeah? Your client. That's the new one, Dan. Your client. That's how I'm dropping it. I know what I'm going to get. Watch. We're going to make this thing go viral as well, Dan, innit? We're going to start it now. I'm going to get a yellow card, yeah? And I'm going to get a red card. Anytime you start coming out of outlandish comments, I'm going to either give you a yellow card or a red card, bro. Watch. Yeah? Red card. You've had a lot of red card, a lot of sending off offences. You get me? But yeah, Dan. What are you saying, Dan, man? I need to wrap up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up there, man. On the hour mark, innit, man? Good show, Dan, man. Thanks for everyone for watching, man. Appreciate all the love. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. We'll be back again.
Man.
Sunday, innit? Get your notifications turned on. Sunday, we're going to come after the game, probably an hour after the game, because we're going to be going on
Maybe
another
we
show.
might be on before as well, man. It might even do.
Oh,
we'll
before
see
the game, 100%. We're going to set it. Guys, get your notifications on so you see that we're here, man. Appreciate everyone every single time. Love and respect to everyone, to all of the guys. And yeah,
Big
man,
up.
thanks for watching.
Love.
Nice one, boys.